Hi guys and welcome to my channel. I've got my dungarees on today. It was sunny this morning. Now it's cloudy and drab and I bet it's going to be like that for the rest of the day. But as long as I feel sunny, it is sunny in this house, so it doesn't matter. Today's video is my top 5 favourite books slash book series. A couple of them were like instant yes, a couple more were like but these are the ones that if I took them to a desert island I would be happy with there for like the rest of my life. I would reread them and be very happy, so I'm happy with my choices. Let's just get straight into it. The first one is by an author that I absolutely adore. As far as I know, these are her only 2 books. The first one I read about 6 years ago, and the second one I read when I went on holiday in May. They're absolutely amazing books, and they're by an author called Jandy. She's awesome. She's an amazing author. I bet every single book that she brings out I will adore. Both books are a little bit similar, but the first one that I'm going to show you is The Sky is Everywhere. This is my favourite book in all the world. As soon as I read this, I was absolutely addicted. I have reread this 1,000 times and I will never ever be bored of it. It is amazing. I've got the special edition cover, so it looks a bit different to the other covers that you can get. This book is basically all about grief, which is completely different to other books that I read. I didn't think that it would be one of my favourites, but it's fantastic. I just can't get over how much I love it. It's basically just a book about overcoming, not really overcoming, but it's about, I don't know, it's about Lenny, who's the main character, and she loses her sister. And it's about her sort of dealing in her own way, her and her family, dealing with the loss of her sister, dealing with the grief. The entire book is just about grief. It's got a little bit of romance in it, but it's just amazing. It's not as really depressing as I'm making out, but it's so well written. It's fantastic. It's something different, but it's something that I would read more books about because it's fantastic, and it's a bit of a realisation really, because it really puts it into perspective for you. It's amazing. You find out right at the start that Lenny has lost her sister, and you find out obviously how close they were and how absolutely lost she is without her, and the entire book is just about that. And it's quite nice because it's got a little bit of, basically all through the book, she writes to deal with it. It's her own way. She sort of writes little messages, things that she's like, conversations she's had with her sister and little things about her sister, and she just writes them on random things that she finds and she just leaves them. And all through the book, after each chapter, you can basically read each note, and there's one note after every chapter, which I think is a really nice touch, because it gives you more of an insight into it as well, of how close they were, and just little things that they've spoke about. But it's fantastic, and it's all the way through. There's nothing that bores me about this book and nothing that I don't like. It's amazing. So that's the first one. The second one, by Jandy, I obviously read on my holiday in May. It's called I'll Give You the Sun. A little bit similar, with it's about grief. This one's about 2 twins, Noah and Jude, boy and girl, and it goes from different perspectives. Like, it sort of goes back in time and forward in time. But what's really nice is there's a bit of mystery about it, because things happen and you think, what went on? Like, what's going on? And you find out all the way through, and it all comes together. I loved this. I couldn't put it down. I told you, Jandy is a fantastic author. So these 2, I would definitely go for them. Just look at the covers. I think they're awesome, the way she puts them together. So yeah, that's my first one, and that counts as 1 because it's the same author. So those are going. The second one is an author called Gayle Forman. Now it's 2 again, but these are book 1 and book 2 because she did a sequel. This book was actually made into a film. It's If I Stay, and it is an absolutely phenomenal book. It's another one about grief, and obviously because I read The Sky is Everywhere and enjoyed that, I went for this one, and this is brilliant. I don't know how much I can tell you really. I mean, if you've read the film, you sort of know. Let's see how much it says on the blurb. Okay, so basically it's about Mia, and it's a sort of back in time thing again, where something happens, and then all through the book it sort of goes back to things that have happened, and it gives you different perspectives of it. But basically, summer happens, but you see how happy she is with her family at the start, and then something happens, massively drastic life-changing thing, and it's basically her deciding whether she wants to live or die. And it's fantastic. It's absolutely brilliant. It's so well written, and it's one of those books like you just wouldn't think somebody would write like about that. Like it's brilliant. Like Mia obviously comes out of her body, and you see how she's feeling and how she's dealing with things, and it's absolutely brilliant. So I definitely go for that one, If I Stay, by Gayle Forman. And you've got Where She Went, which is the second one. That's obviously the sequel to that. Not going to tell you much because obviously it's different actually. Something happens at the end of that, and then this is something that you wouldn't actually expect, but this is the second one. And Mia's boyfriend Adam, which you'll see in the movie and read about as well, is in this one, and it's all about them too, and it's the romantic side of it. So it's beautiful. It's lovely, and it's a few years in the future as well, which is really nice. So I'm so glad she wrote a second one. So this is Where She Went by Gayle Forman. So that's my second one. The third one, it's another one I took on holiday with me in May. In this series, there's 3, but then there's also another series that branches off onto this, and I think it's the same sort of thing, but different characters. I'm not sure, but I will, if it interests me, I will read it. This is the Selection series by Kiera. The Selection is the first book, The Elite is the second book, and The One is the third book, and I've literally only started reading that because look at the bookmark. To be honest, I'd seen these everywhere, and the reviews weren't that good. All the reviews I saw, I mean, people said that they liked it as well, but I think all the ones that I read were like, it's not that good, didn't think that much of it, but I absolutely love it. I think the second chapter, and I was hooked. And what's nice is it's a bit romantic, it's girly, and there's a bit of mystery in it as well, so it's one of those different ones. So this one is all about a girl called America Singer, and there's different casts like in Hunger Games where you've got sort of like the richest to basically the poorest of the poor, and there's this competition called the Selection, and basically the royalty, you've got a prince and his name's Prince Maxim, and that's how they choose his next wife. They put the selection out there. All the girls like send their like applications in, photos. He picks so many. They go in and they basically compete for his heart. And America is one of the girls that gets picked, and she's from one of the lower castes. And it's brilliant. What's good is it's a lot of romance in it. There's a bit of conflict, and you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, at the moment, I'm like, what the hell? Because it's not one of them ones that's very straightforward. There is a lot of romance in it, but because it's a bit of a rivalry between other girls, you think, oh, who's he going to pick like? But I think it's good, and it's not just there's war in it as well, because of the cast. So it's good. It's one of those ones, and it's a bit of a girlier one as well, because you've got like the nice, like, you know, formal side of it where she gets to dress up and she's going into this competition, a bit of romance, but then you've got sort of like the mystery side of it where you think, oh god, is he actually going to pick her, or is he going to pick one of the other frigging girls? So yeah, I'd go for them. So I'm very excited to finish this series. It's badly suggesting it, like I don't even know if I'm going to like the ending, but so far I'm absolutely addicted. I hope I'm going to like the ending. So I've just got to finish off with one, but those are so good. So yeah, go and get those if you like those to interest you. The next choice, I was going to say the second choice, this is my fourth one now. The fourth choice is Vampire Academy. Now this is another series. There's 6 books in the series. You've got Vampire Academy, Frostbite, Shadow Kiss, Blood Promise, Spirit Bound, and Last Sacrifice. They did film. This book's by is it Richelle Mead, yeah. They did a film. It's alright. It's not amazing, but it's good. Like, it's not terrible. Like, I would like to see obviously a second one. I would like to see all the films done, but I don't know whether it got a good I don't know whether many people were interested in it, so I don't think it got very many views at the cinema, but I love these books. I absolutely love them. It's obviously vampires, but it's a different sort of, it's different because you've got this book, it's about 2 best friends called Rose and Lissa. Rose is basically like a protector. She's a Dampier. And then you've got Lissa, who's like a proper vampire. She's like royalty. So they've got this school, and the school's called Vampire Academy, and you've got basically 2 types of training there. You've got the Dampiers, which are training to be guardians to protect the royalty, and then you've got the royalty, which is the actual vampires, and then you've got Lissa, and they actually, like, you know, drink blood, and then like the Dampiers can basically eat whatever they want. A lot of romance in it, but it's so good. Something happens halfway through, and my heart literally broke because I was like, this can't be real, and I didn't want to read on. I didn't, and then I read on, and the way they dealt with it and the ending, because a lot of series that I read, I haven't been very happy with the ending. Like, I'll read it and I'll love it all the way through, and then the ending I'll be like, that is such a letdown. Why did I just read all of these books? But these, I'll read them over and over again. They're that good. But yeah, a lot of romance, forbidden romance, mystery, such a good put together story, and I'm so happy that I've read those. So yeah, Vampire Academy series, definitely go for those. Better than the film, and you will not be disappointed if you love a good vampire book. So yeah, fantastic. And the last series is what I was another one hooked from day one. This is different because I went through a stage where I was just reading a lot of supernatural, like vampire werewolf stuff, and then I wanted something a bit different. And this is like mythological, all about like the gods and everything. This is amazing. This is called the Starcrossed series. There's 3 books in total by Josephine Angelini. You've got Starcrossed, Dreamless, and Goddess. Absolutely brilliant. Each book is as good as the first one. No book is crap. It is fantastic. It is absolutely a brilliant series. I won't rant about this enough. It is absolutely brilliant. So take a look at that. You've got Helen. She thinks she's a normal girl. Then all of a sudden, it's a bit like Twilight. It's not like Twilight, but it's a bit like Twilight, where you've got, like, you know, these new people at your school, and then all things start to go like a bit tiddles up. But yeah, she finds out that she's not human. She finds out she is a bit special. Not going to go into it, and it's just brilliant. Romance in all through the first book, and then something happens, and you're sort of like, really? But then you sort of find out that that's not true, and then you're like, what? And it makes you want to read on, and then it's all great, and well, bad and great at the same time, but it's just fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. As I said, it's about demigods, it's about special powers, it's romance, it is a bit of mystery, it is everything that I like in a book. So yeah, Starcrossed by Josephine Angelini. So yeah, you've got all of those. So that is another one. If you like your supernatural, if you want something a bit different and you don't want to read about your vampires or your werewolves anymore, this is the series to go for. So yes, all of those books, absolutely. They're not books that I'll just read once and leave. I will read these books over and over again. So if any of those interest you, Amazon, Waterstones, literally anywhere, hook them up online and get yourself those, because you won't be disappointed. Yeah, thank you very much for watching another one of my videos, guys. A bit different from my usual Lush or, you know, hauly. I just thought I'd do a few of my favourites because I've wanted to do this video for quite a while. So I thought I'd do something different on a lazy day and show you what were my favourites. So yeah, thank you for watching again. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please keep watching. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe, and also give it a thumbs up if you liked it as well. Thank you so much, and I hope you're going to watch out for more videos from myself. Bye bye.